YouTube? What's going on, Mr. Kid Jalen?
And Brennan.
And we're back into the video. This up, guys, right? The first takes is LaVar Ball family, the Kardashians of basketball. That's so disrespectful. Let's get it, guys.
What do you say to those who say that
Scoop.
you're exploiting your kids by doing this?
This is what they say. LaVar is exploiting his kids. What the hell do you think UCLA is doing? I'm protecting you from the exposure. Come on. It's exploitation when the family's doing it, but what are you guys doing? He's bringing all this notoriety to UCLA. He ain't getting paid for it.
Look who's
True.
here, Jay Billis.
True.
Hello, kind enough to join us
Damn.
as we
Hey,
continue
wait,
our
Barkley,
24-hour
the
tournament
March
challenge
Madness
marathon. Jay, just to let you know, I'm sure you're lost in time here. We're in hour 16 right now. You're holding strong. You're a gamer. Proud of you.
I'm ready.
Yeah, you ready? Let's do it. So you just saw there LaVar Ball, who's now no stranger to the media. No one's closer to college basketball than you. Is he putting too much pressure on his son now heading into the tournament in this one-and-done situation for UCLA?
Well, I don't think he is. I can see how other people might. What I've seen, it's no effect on Lonzo Ball, his son. The kid handles everything without even changing expression. He knows his dad. It doesn't seem to bother him one bit. It doesn't seem to bother Steve Alford at all. I don't think it's affected the team. It's just kind of the way the world is now. We've seen this before with Richard Williams or with Earl Woods or even at times with the Manning family in a different way years and years ago, where you've got prodigies as kids. But what makes this different is it's unabashed in the money-making side of it. So it's a little bit Kardashian and the athletic side.
I like that analogy.
Well, the Kardashians are pretty smart. They've made a lot of money off of putting themselves
He's
out
Kris
there.
Jenner, essentially.
Yeah, and he's put his kids out
Kinda
there and
disrespectful.
himself and his brand, and it's working.
Then they were
because
shouting the
we're
kid,
talking
they were
about it,
high top
everybody's talking
speakers.
about it, and it's
Yeah,
really
they
effective.
did.
Stephen A?
Oh,
Well, for me, I never liked it.
man.
The reason why I say that, and I'm certainly not here to disagree with the great Jay Billis. Honored to have you on the show, my man. No question. I love Jay. The thing about it, I'm not disagreeing. I'm simply adding a little something to it by saying this. My concern is not about how it affects Lonzo Ball, the player. My concern is how it may affect him in terms of the eye of the storm being on him microscopically, involving any little thing that happens off the court, because you bring so much attention to your son and to yourself in a way that is very put offish, per se, in the eyes of a growing public, whereas they may not have anything to come at you for. They might use your son just to get at you. And we see people that are dishonest. We see people that create something out of nothing. We see people that do a lot of bad things, and they don't have any inhibitions about it, even if it involves kids, which I think is incredibly unfair. And that's my concern when it comes to Lonzo Ball, because he is a young man, he is a college student, he is at UCLA, in Westwood, in Los Angeles. You just never know what kind of situation you could find yourself in directly or indirectly. And it's all because LaVar Ball is talking the way that he's talking. It makes me concerned about somebody targeting his son in the wrong way. And I don't think that a parent should ever put their child in that position. I'm not questioning the man as a father. I'm sure he's a wonderful father. He seems to have wonderful kids and all of that other stuff. I'm just talking about from a public perception standpoint, because of the world that we're living in, the advent of social media and beyond, and the kind of things that could end up happening to a kid through no fault of his own, just because your father's running his mouth and put the eye of the storm on you. That's my concern.
I can understand that. See
Jay
Max
brought
say.
up Tiger Woods' daddy, the Williams sisters' daddy. You could bring up Kobe Bryant's daddy, Jelly Bean Bryant, right? You could bring up any father who was proud of their kids and announced it to the world that their kids were going to be next level great and change the world. And you know why we remember those fathers? Because their kids went out and did it. If Lonzo Ball balls, it's all good. If he doesn't, then his father looks stupid, right? And listen, LaVar Ball is a madman. This guy is a maniac. He's crazy. But that is the incubator from which Lonzo Ball, hatched. I mean, this is where this stuff doesn't bother him. This is the culture that he grew up in. And in terms of LaVar Ball being a madman, the daddy being a madman, part of that is probably the reason his sons are succeeding on the level at which they're succeeding. Because he's not concerned with what can't be done. He's concerned with what can be done. And if you have a big imagination and you put in the work, of course, then who knows, right? And so I can't help but to get behind that, to root for it to happen, particularly when we all know the helicopter parent, a culture that really frowns upon that sort of thing, living vicariously through your children, putting the extra pressure on them. Generally, it's a bad idea. But the exception that proves the rule is always interesting, and I'm rooting for it.
I don't think he's crazy. I think LaVar Ball is smart. Now, he's not doing it in a way that's palatable to me. He's not doing things that I would do in a similar situation. He is writing checks that his kids are going to have to cash going forward. Now, there's going to be a lot of cash coming in, and that's what I think
see
he's
it
thinking.
too, like the whole plan.
I think when you look back
he got the
at Richard
family
Williams,
BBB
a lot of
marketed.
people thought he was crazy
smart.
at the time too, and it turned out he was right. And later on, as
But Jay, you have to be a little crazy, right?
Well,
don't you have
yeah,
to be? I mean,
but I
smart
don't
and
think
crazy
it's
are not
crazy.
mutually exclusive.
I don't think it's crazy. I don't think crazy enters into it. I think it's calculated, and I think we're talking about two smart individuals here. And I don't want to discount that, because we are living in the age of the Kardashians where there is public marketing, and he has brought a lot of attention to this, and it's attention that is going to bring money behind it. But as his sons get older and they become their own men, which they all will, Lonzo Ball is already his own man, from what I have seen. I think it's going to be similar to what we saw with the Williams sisters. They are wonderful individuals and have proven so. And they've also proven that they're two of the, like Serena's the greatest that's ever played, and Venus is among the greatest that have ever played. But their father faded into the background, and we were left with what those two fine people are. I think that's what we'll be left with the Ball brothers, especially Lonzo, because he is the real deal. And the fact that this doesn't seem to bother him, I think, first of all, it's okay with me. But it doesn't bother him, and therefore it doesn't bother me. I'm really interested to see how he's going to do as a player, but he's going to rise or fall based upon his own ability.
The only thing
I want to
that,
make very clear, Jay. I want to make very clear. Crazy and smart are not mutually exclusive, and I understand what you mean about being calculated in terms of, amplifying the brand and thereby making more money. In that sense, yes, but I think you have to be a little crazy to have that kind of big imagination. Not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, it's
yes,
P.T.
Stephen.
Barnum crazy. It's not unhinged. It's P.T.
Right.
I'd say P.T. Barnum Kardashian.
well, let's also keep in mind that even though when the Williams sisters, when their dad faded into the background, that was sort of forced because of the negativity that was aimed in their direction. Even while they were winning titles, everybody seemed to nitpick and seemed to find every little thing wrong with them. And it was considered to be residue from the kind of tension that their father had created. So at some point in time, somebody sent the message to them that you're being counterproductive, because even though you have the greatest of intent, it's having a negative impact on your little girls. And that was when he faded into the background. That's exactly what I'm speaking of.
We'll leave it there, Jay. Appreciate the perspective. Very interesting comparisons. We got to let you go really quick. How far do you have UCLA going?
I've got them going to the Sweet 16.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
8 more hours.
My take on this basically, I can understand what the father's doing. Like, not only he's being smart, he's bringing the marketing brand to it, possibly bringing more future checks to the thing. You know, talking about something, he wants a $1 billion shoe deal for his boys.
That's $333 million a piece.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
333 million, 333,000, 333. That's the actual even breakdown of that.
So it's smart, but then like also the reality of basketball, because you know when Lonzo gets to the NBA, they'll be like, oh, your father said what? Come in, young man. Let me show you. Welcome to the NBA. You know what I mean? But like they say, it's like, would you want it any less? Would you, or do you want guys taking it easy on you because you're the rookie?
No, I mean
that's gonna make you. That's gonna make you a game. That's gonna make you a game.
If people do that, then that's, first of all,
That's gonna make you. It's gonna make you get better when you like all the chatter, when your father makes the NBA and all that chatter of your dad saying that the son's gonna be better than Michael Jordan, the son's better than Steph Curry.
No, he said he better than Michael Jordan.
No.
His son better than Steph
I
Curry.
think he said his son's gonna be better than Michael Jordan too. I'm pretty sure he said.
Not that he said he'd kill Michael Jordan.
No, but I'm pretty sure he said all his sons is gonna be better than Michael Jordan as well.
Oh, okay.
And he said, Lonzo better than Steph Curry right now. It's gonna have Lonzo try to, he has to, prep his game and keep working at it. So when he gets to the NBA, like, come at me, I'm ready. But that's the positive side. But the negative side is that, I don't wish his own, no players, no negativity, no players. I hope everybody succeed. But the negative side is, he comes to the NBA. His first 2-3 seasons play trash. They're looking at his dad like they're looking at him and his dad like, what happened? What was all that talk?
Hey, listen, his dad speaking for him is not him saying, tell his dad, yo, do this. His dad believes in his son, and I agree with that. If you're a father and you see a son or daughter, because like I said, ain't nobody being sexist over here. Either I'll say like you're a father or you're a mother. You believe in your daughter or you believe in your son. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? If he believes in his son, he feel like his son gonna be great, then his son gonna be great in his eyes, no matter what. Because you know what? At the end of the day, a lot of people don't even make it to the NBA.
A lot of people don't make it to college. Play for college teams.
What I'm saying, but he, like I said, his father trained them. They bust their butt all this whole time, and now he believes in his son. So I back LaVar Ball. I understand what Stephen A. saying, but if players say, "Oh, we will come at you for what your father said," and trying to I understand basketball wise, but don't get personal. Don't try to punk him either. Like that's that's taking it way too far. Like I understand basketball wise, you come at him with skill. That's acceptable to me. But if you try to punk him and bully him because of what his father said, I don't care if this ever came out. I don't care. Listen, I mean LeBron ain't like that, but if it came out to LeBron, I would lose respect too. If any player tries to bully him, and I mean bully, which means bully like beyond NBA basketball, your father said this, that, well, you ain't. You know what I'm saying? In that context, then you lose respect because that's disrespectful. But skill wise, coming at each other, you know what I'm saying? Play to play, like yo, let's see what you got. It's acceptable because it's the game, and also the whole comparing to Kardashians, that's not all saying that he's basically Kris Jenner. No, like I said, I agree with some of the things. Like okay, marketing wise, yes.
You trying to say that the Kardashian thing is basically like the whole
marketing? Yeah, I agree with that. So
yeah.
I'm gonna take back the thing when I said that disrespectful because
even though Kardashians are making millions, you know what I mean?
No. Hey, but all his sons can make. He wants $1 billion, so all his sons can make millions. I'm just saying I'm not saying like it's disrespectful to compare that, but I'm saying in a sense it's like they're already established. He's trying to get them there, so that's why I said it like that. So, but like I said, if his father's backing him, that's his son. So that's you know what I'm saying. Like everybody acting like his father coming out and saying something negative. His father's being nothing but positive. He don't care what nobody else has to say. That's my son. I'm gonna be positive because I'm speaking upon him. He may not say it, but I believe that my son. So just in case if my son has any doubts, I mean, like you said, I'm speaking of a LaVar standpoint. Just in case if he has any doubts in his head going into the draft, no, chill out with that. Get that out your head. There's nothing but positivity over here. You're gonna be great. So that's why I agree with LaVar Ball. LaVar Ball is saying that his son gonna be great. Period. End of discussion. Nobody agree with it. So what? That's not your son. At the end of the day, that's his son. He believes in his son. That's it. And that's a good thing to see his father backing his son. Like I said, if they were girls, still backing son or daughter. Like I said. So, like I said, if you're a mother or father to back your kid up like that, you get respect from me. So,
if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to thumbs up. You guys see more content from us. Make sure to subscribe button. Until next time, guys.
Salute.